Happy Monday, folks. This is Chicago Sports Podcast coming off a great dub, Victory Monday. We got D Nice with me. How you
Yes,
feeling, D
indeed.
Nice?
All good, baby.
Yes,
Victory
sir.
Monday.
Yes, sir. Before we get into it, let's start off with that intro.
Let's go. Yo. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna look back. Never gonna look back. Cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast. And that's facts.
Dang, like I said, coming off of Victory Monday, I know all of us Bears fans feeling good. We dominated, much needed win to put us in a good position to make the playoffs. Been a while since we could say something like that, but it was a great win. D Nice, how you feeling about that dub this past weekend?
Hey, listen. We I think we all been waiting on this for a while, for all three phases to show up in the same game. And it was like that from the outset, from kickoff. You seen Duvernay run one up for like 50 plus yards. We didn't score off of that one in that particular one, but we came back to second possession and the offense got hot. Caleb started feeling it early. A lot of people thought that we are gonna rely on the run game to start it off, but Caleb got hot early and started finding guys, and ultimately Swift ran it in, but then the defense started creating turnovers, and
Yep, yep.
it was all over after that.
Nah, facts. Yeah, we're gonna talk about this game heavily today. I'm gonna be honest. This the past couple of games, a lot of people weren't putting respect on Caleb because our running game has been dominated. I
Mhm.
feel like this was a great way to show we got a franchise quarterback. Like I said, Caleb had 240 something yards passing, two passing touchdowns. He looked great this past weekend. How'd you feel about him?
Absolutely. Listen, I never understood the hate on Caleb Williams, especially with all the quarterbacks that we've had in the history of this franchise. The hate on Caleb Williams is a head scratcher for me. Um, Very efficient game. It started out, I think he started out a little shaky, but he warmed up
Mm,
later on in the quarter and just eluding tackles, eluding sacks, excuse me, and finding guys in the middle of the zone. Luther Burden. We had a DJ Moore sighting. And a good mix of the running pass, man. You
yeah.
know, to me, Colston Loveland has been probably like the most consistent guy since he's finally got his chance to really be in there full time like that. But just a good mix of running pass, and the only black eye I would say was the missed field goal by Cairo Santos.
Yeah, yeah, that one hurt a little bit. I'm be honest. A lot of people have been saying they want to get DJ Moore involved. Some people saying he a fluke because we paid him and he ain't been showing up. And I've been saying he's a dog. He a killer. We just got to get him the ball. And
hmm
we finally got him the ball and he balled out. How'd you feel about his performance this past weekend?
Well, the thing about DJ Moore, his ability is never in question.
Hmm.
It's always where he is mentally. You know, as a guy that's used to getting the ball, a lot, when you're not touching it like you feel like you should, and then when the results of it is not positive, like you would losing the game, it's gonna wear on you. And some days he may come into a game, regardless of how much they game plan for it throughout the week, he still may end up getting maybe one or two passes. Today was a different day. But if you seen something different from DJ, like initially, I think it may have been the second play of the game where we seen like a false start
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
on
yep,
on, on DJ.
yep.
But DJ in the past, he was really kind of like lackluster when it came down to even going his motions and even getting off the ball sometime.
Yeah.
And listen, if you want the ball, your effort got to be full bore every time.
No, that's
You
facts.
know. So but you seen a difference today. I mean, you seen the difference yesterday. I'm sorry, in
Yeah,
the way his approach to the game.
yeah, yeah. That's true. As
So I'm
far as
happy. I'm happy for him at the end of the day.
yeah, no, same. I'm right there with you. As far as
Mhm.
DeAndre Swift, I feel like this was one of the games where he had a little bit more of the touches than Monanga. I feel like they were pretty evenly the past couple of games and they both dominated. And I think Swift, I don't know if he had something behind him, but he wanted to go off and he did just that. He had almost 100 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. I mean, he looked good. How'd you feel about his performance? I think I think I think he really showed that he was the number one in my opinion.
Well, when you're in a situation like that, where it's a good problem to have. Let's start there. It's a good problem to have. Having a two-headed monster in the backfield is a very good problem to have. And usually, what happens, you just roll with the high hand. And yesterday, DeAndre Swift had the hot hand,
Yeah.
and he got the majority of the catches. And I think that say my none guys dealing with injury they here there, but I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it hurt him when he dropped the screen pass. If he'd have caught the
Yeah,
screen
I
pass,
saw that.
he
Yep,
he
yep.
was going a long
He
way.
should have caught that. I
And
mean, it happens, but yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
gotta catch that.
But that kind of created the type of day he was gonna have. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
So he'll bounce back, I'm sure, because we're gonna need him next. We're gonna need him Saturday versus Green Bay.
yeah,
So I'm sure he'll bounce back. But just yesterday was Swift's day,
yeah, yeah.
and he
I
took
think
advantage.
I think our offense looked outstanding. I think Luther really showed out.
Mhm.
He's been a dog ever since Mizzou. Um, and it did hurt that I think he went out with an ankle injury. I'm not sure the status of his injury. I'm hoping he's all good, but I think Luther did really good. That's a big asset for us. Um, and with him, Rome and DJ, I think it's gonna be really good if they're all healthy for this upcoming weekend. You got anything else in regards to offense?
As far as the offense is concerned, listen, we will always want more. Bears fans, if you've been one as long as I have, you love to see a score like 31 points put
Mm,
up by the offense when the defense didn't score any at all. So we could never get enough offense in this city. This franchise is built on the defensive side.
yep.
So to see a 31 point output by the offense, you gotta love it.
No,
But it's still a few things that have to be tightened up on the offense. But we have to make sure we get all the guys available. The injuries will find a way to snipe you a little bit. So I think it'll get better.
no, yeah, our offense looks great. I mean, I saw a stat today. It said I think I want to say like 90 some points away from the Bears scoring record or something like that for a season.
Mm, mm.
Granted, I know it's a little bit more games than it used to be, but I mean that shows Ben flipping around. Our offense looking good. We scoring.
Yeah.
We
Hey, bro.
really ain't been able to. When the last time we've been scoring 30 something like every game, it feel good.
Yeah, man. Anytime you can hear glaring stuff about the offensive side of the ball in Chicago, man, regardless of what it is. It
Yeah.
may be small, it may be a small thing to other people, but it's huge in this city, bro.
Hmm. All right. How about that defense, bruh?
Yeah.
I know our defense is legit. We create takeovers, and a lot of people gonna say we played the Browns and it's Shedeur first season. That offense ain't really none, but come on, 3 takeaways that's good, bruh.
Hey, damn right it is, bro. Listen, um, I know you kind of fresh and new here, but I've been saying this for a while. We are not apologizing for the opponent that steps on the field.
Yep.
As long as they represent this NFL shield, bro, they are pro players on those squads. So it's not like we're playing a high school team or anything of that nature. Shoot. Cleveland just put up 30 plus points against Tennessee the week prior. So, man,
That's true.
miss me with all that who we played garbage, man. I ain't with it.
That's true. That's true. No, yeah, I really enjoyed our defense buckling down, playing good. I know we got a tough schedule the last couple of the games, and I would love nothing more to our defense do what they do. We got the Packers. It's Packers week. It's my.
Yeah,
I say it's my get back week. You know, this is my get back week. I need that revenge, bro.
gotta have it. Gotta have it.
Yep. Yep.
This is a pivotal game on so many levels. They already on the coattails for first place in the division. They have a grueling schedule down the stretch as well, but we have to handle our business. One in three in the division, that has to improve,
Yeah.
and it has to start Saturday night at 8:30 versus the Packers.
Yep.
Now, the defense is doing what they do, man. This is what this defense has been built upon starting week one. Like, week one was a pick six.
Yep.
Now week two was a dud, but that following week, week three, was a lot more of the same, bro. Like, we all year long, we lead the league for a reason. So what they did this weekend, the 5 sacks was a surprise to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the interceptions, not so much. And plus, we have to feast on quarterbacks that's not that good. When we playing these lackluster quarterbacks, the issue is not really a whole lot of issue there, especially if they're going to throw the ball a ton. But it's the issue that we have is when we play good quarterbacks, bro.
Yeah.
We have to tighten up with that.
Yeah. Yeah. I know we banged up with injuries. Rome, he been out the last 2 weeks. I'm hoping he comes back this upcoming weekend. But if he doesn't, what do you want to see from our offense? Because the Packers ain't no slouch. Like that's a good defense. They showed that they're a good defense. The first time we played them. So what?
True indeed.
Yeah. What would you like to see? What would you like to see specifically that we did not do that well the first time? Now we got a second time at home.
Uh, start off the game hot. I know that may be enough too much to ask, especially the way things been going lately. But we have to get off to a hot start. Listen, dance with the girl you brought to the party, bro. And that girl is the running game.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Listen, early and often, bro. Then off the running game, use the play action game to hit the tight ends down the seam. If you see DJ Moore wide open, deep, throw it to him, or even just short to intermediate. We ain't got to go deep all the time because you know what I'm saying? We don't have to do that, even though the Packers will be hurt
Yeah.
with the injury to Michael Parsons. But, just be methodical, man, and just get off to a hot start.
Yeah. And I feel that I've been saying that for a while. I've been saying I don't know. I think yesterday was probably one of the first times I've seen us put together, all good 4 quarters of a game. I've been saying, this how we played the Packers the last 2 quarters. If we play like that against any team for all 4 quarters, nobody stands a chance against us. That second half, we looked outstanding, offensively and defensively. I mean, we do have to work on some of the defense. Now, I don't want to say calls, but just some of the mess ups that we had. The deep ball where they scored right before half, like those kind of misses, stuff like that. But when we put together all 4 quarters, we go be something to mess with for sure.
For sure. But this is how you got to look at it, DJ. Week to week, nobody's playing a perfect game.
Yeah.
But the better teams in this league, they don't rely on only one side of the football. They are very skilled in all 3 phases of the game. That's what it takes to win championships in the NFL. Like, you have to have strength in all 3 phases of the game. Because some weeks the offense ain't gonna come with it. Some weeks the defense gonna struggle. And it's gonna be other weeks where the special teams, like we all know, it's gonna be a little shaky. We have this is a chain. We're only strong as the weakest link, bro.
No, that's true. That's true. I respect that. For sure. No, I'm excited for this weekend. No, we look good all around. Granted, um, you know, 10 wins. It's been a while since we had 10 wins, and I love the position we're at. I think we're at, like, I want to say 70% I got to double check again, but our playoff chances. It's been a while since we've been able to do that. we definitely got to take care of business at home Saturday, and then
for
and then
sure.
in the last two games, it is what it is. But
Yeah.
I feel like this upcoming weekend is the biggest game of our season, and I think we got to prepare for that mentally and physically for sure.
hmm Just keep the main thing, man. Like all the noise on the outside, we've been hearing it from training camp, um, exhibition season, all the way up into week one. What we're not. That's all we've been hearing.
Yeah,
What we're not. We went on a 4-game winning streak. All we're hearing. What we're not. We turn around and go on a 5-game winning streak. People are slowly trying to come around, but it's still people saying what we're not. Damn them folks, man.
yeah,
We have to keep the main thing, bro.
yeah,
And Saturday night in Green Bay is not only the biggest game of the season so far, it's also a huge game for Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams has to be the guy that makes the statement this weekend.
yeah, yeah.
He
As
has
far
to.
as, far as my aspect, I would love for our defense to put some pressure on Jordan Love. I feel like that first game he had all day back there. I feel like we weren't really getting to him, and that was part of the reasons why we kind of got beat. Because if we were putting pressure on him, he can't get those deep balls off. He can't, make those throws that he was making on us to beat us. Um,
Mhm.
I think if we can get pressure on him, our defense will be really good in that aspect.
Yeah, like that game 2 weeks ago was a thing of, like I said, it goes back to having one of those starts, bro. Getting out the gate late, and then Kyler Gordon not being a late game stretch.
Yeah,
They prepared all week long for Kyler being in the lineup. The defense prepared all week long as if Kyler was going to play. So no Gordon, no Stevenson. We have to play C.J. Gardner-Johnson as if he's a cornerback. That's not who he is. That's not where his strengths lie. You
yeah,
know.
and he
And
got
he got put in some bad situations because of lack of attendance on some of these guys.
yeah.
So that's one of those things. I think we'll be well prepared. We'll be more prepared next week because we do have Tyreek Stevenson back. Thank God that we have some depth in that secondary
Is
because we've
Kyler
been
back?
taking
I haven't.
Tyreek. Tyreek, no, Tyreek is back.
Yeah. But
Oh,
Kyler, we don't know about Kyler yet.
nah, Kyler probably gonna be on IR. I don't expect Kyler Gordon to be back this season playing football, even if we make the playoffs.
Oh, okay.
I don't expect him back now. I'm not in that building,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
just looking at it for what it is, I don't think just let him heal up all the way
That's fair. No,
because he in a situation where it don't look like he can get right.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
I
he
think
need.
if we win this Saturday, it
Mhm.
changes everything for us. I think if we could beat the Packers and get 11 wins in the season, we still got two more games to go. I think the city go erupt, the team go erupt. They gonna feel like they can really go all the way. And before
Yeah,
that, no one believed that the Chicago Bears can even make the playoffs, let alone the Super Bowl. But yeah, I think this would be a really big stepping stone for us to really prove that we can compete with anyone. And our record really shows that. I would love to get the North, just for playoff situations and how
hmm
we go. It's gonna set it up for ourselves. But yeah, that's where I feel.
Hey, listen, you absolutely correct. 11 wins is a game changer. Because we've been breaking barriers ever since we passed that 5-win mark, bro. We've been we've been raising the level of this thing ever since then. Because last year was what it was, and it was nasty, right? So winning 11 games, taking pretty much full control of of the division because the Packers gonna lose to Baltimore too,
Yeah,
and
I agree. I agree.
it's gonna be bad because they got some big injuries in big spots. But we have to take it one game at a time. We can't allow ourselves to get too excited for the 11, but we can be happy about it. because we still gonna have to take care. We're gonna have to make a statement against teams like San Francisco because that could easily be a playoff opponent.
Yeah, no, that is. I think San Fran gets in too. So and they can
Yeah.
we can very much play them come playoffs. So if
And
we
if you look, I'm sorry to cut you off, but if you look at the landscape of the NFC, now that we're here, okay, nobody thought we would be here, but we're here. Looking at the landscape of the NFC and looking at the teams that's in it, a road to the Super Bowl is carved, bro.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
there's a path for the Super Bowl.
I've been looking
I
at
know
the
some people do not want to say it, but if you're being real with yourself, there's not a team in the NFC that looks like, you know what I'm saying, they can just run through it
mm-hmm,
with ease.
mm-hmm,
You know, everybody seems to be pretty even. Everybody has their little flaws in their game.
yeah,
You know, the thing, listen, wide open.
yeah,
And as Derrick Rose said one time, a long time ago, why not us?
yeah.
So this is a thing, bro. And I think we all need to tap in and pay attention and really get behind this squad because a Super Bowl, listen, a Super Bowl appearance is very, very realistic.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's true, and I agree with. I feel like both AFC and the NFC. There's not really maybe the Bills, but the Bills have lost some rough L's
Yeah,
here. So you know what I mean. So it's like
yeah.
AFC as well. NFC, I agree with you right there. Like we beat some good we beat some good teams. We've taken care of the Super Bowl champs last year. I think the Rams have lost to some mediocre teams. Seahawks almost just lost to a 44-year-old Phillip Rivers. So it's
That's what
like
I'm telling you, bro. That's what
like
I'm saying.
it's like somebody said in our chat. They said we control our own destiny, and I completely agree with that. Um, I think Ben Johnson has turned things around significantly. Uh,
Absolutely,
and when
absolutely.
just your first year as a head coach is so hard, so hard. I
Yeah.
salute to him, and I'm happy that he's with us because he ain't going nowhere now.
Yeah. And shout out to Ben Johnson for setting a standard and creating a brand new culture. But shout out to the guys that's bought in. Because as a coach, you can come in and say what you want and be this rah rah guy and make all these promises to the people. And if them guys that you talking to on a daily basis ain't bought in, man, you ain't got nothing.
Nah, that's true.
So yeah,
Yeah.
shout out to the guys for believing, man, and really being hungry to be the best that they can be.
No, yeah, I
That's a
agree.
very, very underappreciated fact.
Yeah, yeah. I you can see it in that locker room.
Hmm.
Yeah, Ben came in and some of the players even said it. The difference between last year and this year is the culture in that locker room. Dudes' heads was
Yeah.
down. They were disappointed. I know they was losing, but they didn't believe in their coach, and it started there. If you don't believe in your coach, then how you think you're gonna succeed? And with him coming in here, and not even just saying it, but showing action in there and buying in, everyone buying in, it shows on the field. So I'm really happy that things have turned around for us because Chicago, we've been needing it for sure.
For sure, for sure. I mean, speaking on last year, how can we follow you when you don't even know where we going?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like I wasn't, the whole Eberflus thing. Everybody know that man was not right. He should have been fired. But when they went with him, I went with it too. You know. But as things went along, players stopped buying in, and you seen, listen, after that Hail Mary, it's a wrap. Guys was over with.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And here comes the 12-game losing streak, and he's out of here.
Yeah. I'm a positive guy. I'm happy. I think even how far we've came this year, I think this is a win season. You know what I mean? No matter what happens, Ben coming this first year, everyone buying in, 10 wins, and having the potential to even win the NFC with only a couple games left is a win in my book. Um, how do you feel about that? if things don't go like I definitely want a Super Bowl because I said if we go to Super Bowl, I'm gonna be there. But if that don't happen, do you believe if we first round exit, I'm hoping not to be. Is that still a win 6 season in your eyes?
I mean, it's still a very good season. Like coming from the bottom to end at the top of our division is an incredible feat, and it's not easy to do. But if the opportunity is there to go get that championship trophy, to what I'm saying, not only appear in the Super Bowl but win it, if the opportunity is in front of you, why wait till next year when you can take care of that business right now?
Yep.
You know
No,
what I'm saying?
yep.
So it's cool to rest if things go bad and we lose in the first round or whenever this thing ends, we can sit back and say, well, we had a very good regular season. But if you have an opportunity to go get that trophy, you go get it. You don't ease up off the gas just because you've, had a small victory.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I'm looking full throttle, DJ.
As we wind up, the rest of this night, it is, my revenge week. I want my get back. We should have won the first game, but it is what it is. Me personally, I want us to dominate all 4 quarters. It might not happen, but I want us to show that the Packers ain't in the same caliber as us, offensively and defensively. Prayers to Micah and that team. I know they banged up with some starters injuries, and that's the NFL, and that happens. But you got to thug it out.
For sure.
We were banged up. We lost, half of our entire defense, and we still figuring out a way. So, like I said, I want us to get this dub this upcoming weekend. I want our defense to get pressures on Jordan Love. I want some takeaways. I know we got 1, but 2 against him would be really nice. And then offensively, like you said earlier, run the ball and run all over them. So I think if we did it to the Eagles, if we could do that to the Packers, I think we could beat them like we did the Browns, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, understood. All games are different, but Bears and Packers is just special, bro. They want to beat the dog out of us. We want to beat the dog out of them. However they come into this game, they come into it, again, no excuses. We've been hurt. There are other teams around this league is hurt. Around this time of the year, everybody's hurt. So it's next man. If it's been next man up for us, and the Packers have done a great job of developing players over there, it shouldn't be any different now. Now, Green Bay is what you call a wounded animal. You know what they say about fooling around with a wounded animal. They're gonna be ready.
Yeah.
Regardless of who they coming with. They got a hell of a quarterback over there, even though some people don't think so. They got a hell of a quarterback over there. Very good running back. Coach staff ain't half bad either. So they're gonna be ready. I don't care if we win by 100 or half. Just get the win. Get on out of there, bro.
Yep.
That's all it.
Yeah.
That's all it is to it.
Facts. Nah, that's facts. Nah, I appreciate you, D Nice. Is joining in here. Like I said, y'all, this is our get back week. We go take care of business. In my opinion, I think this is the stepping stone for what's gonna happen. After this game, the future couple games, and then the playoffs and whatnot. I think this team is very well capable of going all the way. And like
Indeed.
Our own destiny.
Yeah. And shout out to everybody that's watching us tonight. Shout out to the good people in the chat. I see JC, Trax, Doug G as always. James is in the building as always. Shout out to Trap, Doug G. Shout out to you, homie. Shout out to everybody that's, Doug G came through with the super chat. Shout out to you, brother. But yeah, thanks for everybody watching us tonight, wherever you're watching us from. If you're new and you like what you've seen, please like and subscribe. It don't take nothing to hit that button.
Yep. Yeah, I appreciate you guys all. Like you said, hit that like and subscribe. And stay tuned for this whooping that's coming Saturday. Chicago, we back. What they say? It's Chicago. Yeah.
Yeah.